tuning up.
That's good.
My husband, my stepdad, came up and gave me flowers. Did you know?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So everybody, good morning from Nelsonville, New York, Beacon, New York. Is it Wimberley, Texas? Wimberley?
It is Wimberley, Texas.
Wimberley, Texas, and Lusaka, Zambia. We are going to do our second it'll be a regular event, our second Sustain What podcast, webcast, whatever you want to call it. And I try to step back from the news flow. Normally this show is about policy and issues and options for people and for policymakers around the COVID-19 pandemic, which is still just getting into high gear in much of the world and hasn't really hit in a hard way yet in sub-Saharan Africa. It's just coming there now. I wrote about it in India a week ago, and every community in the world will face this this microbial tide that grew in the last couple of months from a spark lit in when a virus jumped from one species to the human species in China, and now here we go. We live in a global world. We are all connected, but I try to make Sundays about joy and connectedness and cohesion. And there's nothing that coheres better than music. And as you can see, even now, I've been able to entice friends around the world to join us, and this posse will grow and shapeshift, and maybe our technology will evolve. For the most part, right now, this has to be one by one kind of song swap and storytelling process, because it's hard to harmonize with that lag you have on the internet.
Yeah.
But we'll try. We're going to try at least one song that has that quality to it too. So maybe I'd like to start with our new friend from Zambia, from Joseph Pupe in Lusaka, who I met virtually through a mutual friend, Brighton Kaoma. So Joseph, first of all, tell us a little bit about what life is like in Lusaka right now, and then share a song.
So pretty much Lusaka is affected like the rest of the world, and our cases as of today are like somewhere around 28, just 28. We haven't recorded no deaths yet, and part of the society are taking measures, and the other side still think this is a hoax, or they're denying, coupled with misinformation around it. So you're battling two sides here to bring them into one path. So otherwise, everything is just as normal, and people at the same time are trying to earn something, put something on their table for their families, whilst also acknowledging how deadly this virus could be to them if they were exposed. So otherwise, everything is cool, following the instructions from our health ministry, health departments. Everybody is getting glued, especially which cities is mostly highly, has the high records of cases. So, but otherwise, everything is okay, and we are in this together.
That's great. And that, by the way, every community I know in the United States has that same mix of people who are really working hard to connect and help each other, and to heed the important restrictions on keeping a physical distance from others. And then there are people who are renegades and who really don't trust science, and we're trying to figure that out on a day-to-day basis. Florida, for example, in Florida, where the governor hasn't acted in a statewide capacity, there are counties right next to each other. There was an amazing picture yesterday of two counties. One has said no one can gather on the beach, and the other hasn't put in restrictions, so you see the beach, and it's like there's this one area that has tons of people and one area that's not. So we're really in a mix here. So give us a song that comes to mind. It doesn't have to be about COVID, but just what song were you thinking about?
Yeah, okay. So I'm excited to share with you this song, which I composed during my time in China, sometime in mid-November. It's called "We Have the Power," and it is during times like this that we have to know that we have the power to make that change. We are champions of this pandemic, and we will triumph tomorrow, whether we don't want or we want to. Otherwise, it's something that calls for social cohesion, community compassion, and most importantly, to just cause for empathy. If people can empathize with what's going on today, they're more likely to do something about it because it's something that they feel it's personal. So, so this is the song. I hope I'm loud enough. You guys will hear me. Sitting here asking myself, who is gonna do something? Everyone seems to be doing their own thing. I won't run because I know I have the power to change my path. I am a champion. I have the power. I have the power to change my path. I am a champion. I have the power. Sitting here next to you gives me hope. All this time, not leaving you behind. We won't run because we know we have the power to change our path. We are champions. We have the power. We have the power to change our path. We are champions. We have the power. We have the power to change our path. We are champions of the power.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
That is so fantastic. And you're getting a lot of applause from, it looks like, from maybe Zambia there. I see Davison, Nolamba, Mwansa, Edward Chabu.
I see them. Thanks, David. I see things. They're like, we used to be classmates. We used to do the same music study together, music performance. And they're excited. That's just so to, yeah.
So we have another great friend of ours who's joined, Patrick Jones, who is part of this ensemble that I'm in with David Ross there, called Breakneck Ridge Revue. And like this community here, our Revue really isn't a band; it's a community. It shapeshifts. We have people who come and go, and we build a wonderful repertoire of songs. We have poetry. I think here today there's at least one poet who's going to come join us in a little while. So, Claudia, what's life down in, like? Yeah, we talked a week ago, obviously, about Wimberley.
Yeah.
What's happening in Texas right now as this is playing out?
Well, you know, and can you hear me okay?
That's great.
Oh, I turned.
Can everyone hear okay? Can everyone hear everyone?
I can hear okay. I can hear fine. Well, it's funny because we also are a state where the governor has not declared anything. So there's some communities, the county I live in Hayes County, which is just outside of Austin. There's stay in place, Travis County where Austin is, and some of the surrounding counties. And yet there's some people who are still, the parks are closed, like in Austin, but there's still people going to the lower end of Barton Springs, which kind of is it's not really the official park entrance. So people go in there usually, and they go in with their dogs. But people have still been congregating there. And I've noticed on some community chat boards and things like that, community forums, there's still a lot of skeptics, and it's scary, because I'm reading accounts from friends who are in the healthcare industry and who are, working in hospitals right now in major cities and what they're going through. And it's unbelievable. But it's happening, right now. I mean, my son lives in Queens, and he's 2 miles from Elmhurst Hospital, which I know you've read the Times article. That's it's serious. It's, and I think there's still people who life hasn't changed a lot for them. So they're, feeling inconvenienced because they can't go here or there. They have to wait online at the grocery store. Or, I saw somebody posted today that they were upset they couldn't go to the library to check a book out or get their nails done or whatever. And so I think there's kind of still a disconnect. And they're not really understanding how flattening the curve is important. I mean, I saw that article. It was an opinion piece in the Times, but it had a graph with it, interactive, about if we do social distancing for how long, then how many less cases there will be. And you can kind of slide it along that if we go back to business as usual, quickly, then we're going to have a lot more cases. So anyway, yeah, and it's getting a lot more serious here. My regular day job, school job, I still have it. We're doing distance learning. We're trying to push stuff out to students, and it's a lot. But I'm still trying to, write music, play music. So yeah, it's just this new weird reality for everyone.
You're not kidding.
But I'm lucky. So, but anyway,
we're lucky to have you here today.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Just give us a tune.
I will. I'm going to give a tune that has nothing to do with
Hallelujah.
Any of this, but it's kind of a sad tune. So, but
that's
it's a tune. I was really struck by some friends who had said, they'd had people pass away in their families, but they couldn't get together for that ritual of a funeral, and which is important, in our society, in any society. And so it reminded me of this song that I have. It's called Cleveland, Ohio, and it has nothing to do with Cleveland. Cleveland, Ohio, it's 10 a.m. Thursday. Checked out of my motel and I went for a walk. The lakefront is quiet except for men fishing. They stand on the dockside, cast their lines out and talk. And how am I living without you? And how can I be in this world on my own? Did you really think I should doubt you? Did you really leave me alone? Youngstown, Ohio, the state line by lunchtime. Grabbed some coffee at the Quick Mart, found the talk radio. The callers are angry, they say they're forgotten. Though my reasons are different, it's a feeling I know. And how can I make it without you? And how can I live in this world on my own? Did you really think I would doubt you? Did you really leave me alone? Route 80 PA seems to stretch on for days. I count off the small towns and miles. Water Gap into Jersey in the suburban haze. But the New York City sky, that's a sight for sore eyes. Hoboken, New Jersey, it's 6 p.m. Thursday. Park the car by the ferry and I board that boat. Halfway across the Hudson, took a box from my backpack. I shook out your ashes, watched you blow off and flow. And how am I living without you? And why am I here in this world on my own? No choice but to go on without you. But how could you leave? How could you leave? How could you leave me alone?
That was just beautiful. Claudia Gibson, Wimberley, Texas. Folks, you can unmute your mics if you want when you're to spread the joy.
That was
it's
beautiful,
great to
Claudia.
see.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, what a wonderful song.
That was so beautiful, Claudia.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah. So just so everyone here we have some newcomers. Karen Brooks, who lives up in western Massachusetts and on a sheep farm. In a community without a lot of internet, had stressed last week the importance of connecting with people by telephone who might be old and off the grid. We keep forgetting now that we're not all connected. There are these huge gaps in the digital universe that hopefully this moment will help governments and investors and everybody to realize the power of connectedness through these media. In 2010, I did a piece for my blog .earth at the New York Times on how when the World Cup was coming to Johannesburg, I think it was, that there was a big push to install a lot of internet capacity for sub-Saharan Africa, and that now is helpful now because people can connect in many more ways. So I wanted to let's get and Patrick Jones is here too, as I mentioned earlier, who's part of our musical network. So David, you have a short tune. David Ross from Beacon, New York, like Patrick.
Sure.
Do you have a short tune, David? You want to share?
Sure. I was going to share a Patty Larkin song that it's somehow become meaningful to me in the last couple of weeks, called "Open Arms, Don't Explain."
Yeah.
a stranger's world. You learn the language word by word. Take a step and then you turn. You don't explain. Mama holds arms out too long. Daddy makes his arms not strong. Take another step and then you're gone. You don't explain. And when the rain comes down, you feel like a waste of time. Fall into these open arms. Don't explain. River runs along the road. That's the story you've been told. Tore the mountain down for gold. Don't explain. Teacher learned the truth from books. Preacher did all that he could. Reaching for you, but it did no good. Don't explain. And when the rain comes down, you feel like a waste of time. Fall into these open arms. Don't explain. It's all a patchwork from above. It's all that you've been dreaming of. When you land to kiss your love, you don't explain. Lover holds you when others go, covers you with another soul. Stands behind you when you stand alone, you don't explain. And when the rain comes down, you feel like a waste of time. Into these open arms, don't explain. And when the rain comes down, you feel like a waste of time. Fall into these open arms, don't explain. Born into a stranger's world, learn the language word by word. Take a step and then you turn. Don't explain.
Yeah.
Great. Patty Larkin via David Ross. We've been joined again by Patrick Jones and also Karen Brooks. Patrick, you know, you have had health challenges, including respiratory ones. So, and you're one of my many friends who, for whom this kind of environment that's sweeping the world must be particularly, you know, stressful. Could you just give a sense of how you and your close folks are handling what's going on, and then give us a tune. I will vote for beer on Sunday, but you don't have to do it first.
Well, I was going to have my harmonica here. I want to say hello to everybody. Can you hear me? It's a mic check. How does it sound?
Yes, we can hear you, Patrick.
Okay, great. Yes, so I have something that, from hearing the symptoms of what people are experiencing from Corona, is very similar to what I've had to deal with kind of in the past 10 or 15 years from my Lyme disease, my chronic Lyme disease, which feels like you can't catch your breath and you do that. So basically what I've been doing is trying to not let, you know, the demon of neurosis grab hold of my my psyche, but I do really have to say that I had to really isolate, and so I'm very grateful for this ability to connect with people. It's great to see the people's faces. Claudia, it's good to see you again. I did sound for Claudia when she made her sojourn up to the Phillips Theater. And we have a mutual friend who actually teaches my sister. So this is how we find all these great little connections. So it's really great to hear you again, Claudia. And I'll say a prayer for your son. Some of the things that I see on the TV are quite devastating.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Well, he's fine, so we're lucky, but
yeah. You know, it's all you can do, but it really something that was mentioned by Andy last week, or it was either Andy or David, because I did watch the broadcast and I was very uplifted. But you know, the idea of social distancing, as Andy said, was a misnomer. It's physical distance, but we don't have to be socially distant. You know, it's good to see Karen's face on the screen. You look like $1 million there. You know.
She was in Florida not long ago.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm still on self-quarantine. I'm still on
good.
self-quarantine. 2 more days.
Yeah.
Look at that. We have a comment that just came in from Rio de Janeiro. Luis
wow.
Henrique Helmut Schulze. Bom dia.
Bom dia.
Okay, so maybe
So yeah.
Yeah, go for it, man. And if everybody
go
can
ahead,
mute,
but-
if everybody can mute their mics,
else,
that'd
oh
be great.
yeah, mute your mic.
And Joseph, I was in Switzerland in 2016, and
Yeah.
of a friend who had English BBC, kind of unfiltered news that was coming through the airway. I was enjoying an idyllic stay writing music with somebody, and the thing that came over the airwaves was just so verbose and toxic that I decided to kind of go the other way. So it's kind of like a very, I call it a childlike wish for an adult world. And I call it an idealistic, unrealistic tune about an idealistic world. And because I've just heard so many great writers and so many eloquent singer-songwriters and composers. So this is kind of my just attempt at just kind of saying what I kind of emotionally felt like, and it seemed to hit home with everybody. So with that being said, can you guys hear me okay? So it goes back to the days of wanting to just kind of go back to some actually probably non-realistic, idealistic world where people worked on 5 days a week on a happy job that they liked, and on Saturday you could get to do work for yourself, and on Sunday you would meet with folks, and after you met with folks at some type of either religious or social gathering, you'd sit with your family on the porch, have a little supper and a little beer on Sunday. Just 1 or 2. Let's see. I'll see if I can get the pen. There's no way to play along, I guess. I wish there was a road that I could keep on driving, keep on driving, keep on driving. Wish there was a road that I could keep on driving, boys, and I never look back. I wish there was a tree that I could keep on climbing, keep on climbing, keep on climbing. Wish there was a tree that I could keep on climbing till the sky was the back of my hat. Well, I want to ride where the four winds blow, 'cause you turned around and didn't want me no more. You were kind of fickle and strange, baby, right now. I feel like a clown. I wish there was a woman that would always love me, never snub me, and always hug me. Wish there was a girl that would always love me, make me a happy little chap. Oh! A world where everyone was smiling, no more crying, only smiling. Wish there was a world where everyone was smiling, make this a happy little shack. I'd buy a bunch of gold and give them beer on Sunday, and every Sunday and see things my way. Buy a bunch of gold and give them beer on Sunday, boy, it's like a Southern Democrat. Well, I want to ride where the four winds blow, 'cause you turned around and didn't want me no more. Love is just a riddle and game I can't figure out, so I'm leaving town. 'Cause this old world will just keep on turning, we're always learning, it keeps on turning. When we're dust and bones, it'll still be a whirling. Now, boys, what you think about that? Yeah, yeah. I wish there was a road that I could keep on driving, keep on driving, keep on driving. I wish there was a road that I could keep on driving, boys, and I never look back till the sky was in back of my hat. I would be happy like that. Yeah, boys, I'd never look back.
Woo!
Yay, Patrick.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh.
So that was
Thank you.
I love that song. And that, Joseph, that would be a cool one to learn and play down in Zambia.
You're absolutely right, Andy. I was like, what can I do a cover of this, or can I perform it to my local audience? You know.
Now I
That
have to explain. Sorry.
Now I was just telling you that was a lovely song. That was a wonderful piece.
Great. For folks who've just tuning in, please share comments on the screen. Where if you're coming from Facebook or YouTube or Periscope, there's people coming in from all over the world, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, who is Off Grid Farmer? Does anyone know who that is? Oh, I know who that is. I think.
Are you?
But I wanted to say, David Ross, I had to circle out briefly. He's still with us, but on this particular platform, we can only have 6 people at a time in the video part. The cool thing about StreamYard, which I'm using, is that it goes simultaneously to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. The limitation is that I can only do 6 videos at once. So David's going to come back. He's not going anywhere. And as you can see now, David Burns has joined us. David Burns is a wonderful songwriter and a performer for decades and decades in the Hudson Valley, a good friend of Karen Brooks and David Ross. And great to have you, David. I know you've got some aches and pains unrelated, thankfully, to COVID-19, but it's great to have you with us. And David, one song that I thought we might try, it's impossible to do harmony and stuff, right? Because of the lag. But you know what I was thinking?
What?
Pete Seeger's version of Amazing Grace, where it's so long, slow notes.
Yeah.
Do you think that might work?
If you try it, we could all try some harmony and see.
Would you be willing to give it to sort of do the lead? You know what I'm talking about, right? When he just does that and everyone has to come in. If we could hold the notes really long, and not even maybe a cappella, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just getting a key.
Acapella would be better because then you won't get the latency from guitar.
Yeah, because that guitar is like that little sharp notes.
Yeah.
We could try it. So maybe we'll try this a cappella. And David Ross, I'll get you back in, man.
What key would work for everybody?
Try your mic, Dave Burns.
Probably G.
And get closer to your mic for this.
Yeah, G, you're absolutely right, David. G would work.
And David, yes, sing close to the computer so you have a good.
Let's see.
Yeah. So just hold those notes.
Okay, now the long consonants. We'll try harmony. Ready?
I know.
Wow. It's a morning.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing grace,
how sweet the sound that saves a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I
I think Noel Croft, who just posted a comment, said it doesn't really work well. He said, Andy, pipe down, LOL.
Yeah.
Best I could do in the morning.
No, I think it's an experiment. Like everything we're doing in the world right now. Everything we're doing in the world right now is an experiment.
It's true.
Everything from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. We're trying to figure out new ways to connect, new ways to share, new ways to create something from a distance. And last week, a week or so ago, Irene O'Garden, a wonderful poet, said on this program that there's two paths forward, and the one she's hoping for, and that I think we're all working for here too, is not to call this a great depression, a great recession. She called this the great compassion. That we are at a moment where we can, if we harmonize, if we use technology so that we have empathy on the worldwide scale, so that you can understand here in America or in Texas. I mean, in America or Texas.
Yeah, well, I kind of think they're a little separate from the rest of America.
I mean, in America.
They have that in common with New Yorkers, it's kind of like, yeah.
So we all can kind of join together. Yeah, you had.
I've also been, I've hosted a watch party off of this, which is something you can do on Facebook to get more people into it. And I have people here from as far as Israel, Nashville, New York, Texas, Ireland, my friend Bridget from Ireland, another singer-songwriter, people from just all over. And so it's really cool. And so
yeah. What do you use, Zoom, or what's your platform?
Well, right now I'm doing StreamYard, which is your platform.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've used Zoom. I'm streaming this on Facebook Live. I'm doing a watch party off of Facebook your Facebook Live and doing a watch party off of that, so we can get more people watching it.
Oh, watch parties! What a good idea! I suppose.
Yeah, watch parties are great. If you're watching on Facebook, you can do a watch party. So I've been watching the comments come in. My another friend from Kathy from Maryland. Hi. Lots of people saying where they're from, and yeah, it's cool. I've also used what's the one? There's a free one. I've used Zoom. There's a lot of different platforms you can use, but this one is nice because you can see a bunch of people at once. So
That's great. So David Burns, if you don't want to, I know you're achy and painy and coffee and I don't want you to have to hang on the whole time if you want to just relax. So if there's one quick thought or another quick tune you want to play, and then maybe David Ross can come back in, that would be great. Is that okay for you?
I just sang one. I would like to. Is it okay if I sing one next or something? I'd like to hear someone else.
Oh yeah, we haven't heard from Karen up in Sheep Farm territory. Karen,
Hey, I'm not hearing Dave Burns, but I did want if there's
You're not.
because I can't hear David for some reason.
Oh, we heard him.
The rest of you hear me?
Okay.
I hear you.
Oh,
okay.
It could be my terrible internet. I wanted to play the song From a Distance that people asked for last week because it's a song I played when I was 30 when it first came out. I learned it from Julie Gold, who wrote it.
That's wonderful.
But I wanted to say back just really briefly about that internet thing. There is now another hearing with the FCC about making internet a public utility. And I could maybe post the link to your site, Andy, if you wanted to promote that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because it's really timely.
Wow.
I found out where I live, because people don't have internet, they are not assigning any homework at all.
Oh, that's just terrible.
They have no choice because kids can't go anywhere to study, and unless they have the old encyclopedia, that's kind of rough, So,
yeah. Wow.
But yeah. So, is there time for me to do a song?
There is. Okay. We're going till 12:30. I don't. 1 hour was just way too short. So let's go for it.
Okay.
And David Ross, you can come in a minute.
And I haven't played this in years, but I think I remember the words. So. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle played to fly. From a distance, we are instruments, marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They're the songs of every man. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. From a distance, no guns, bombs, diseases, no hungry mouths to feed. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land, singing songs of hope, singing songs of peace. They're the songs of everyone. God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from distance. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. From a distance, I can comprehend what all this war is for. From a distance, we are instruments, marching in a common band. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every land. It's the voice of hope. It's the voice of peace. It's the voice of every man.
Wow. Karen, that was just so perfect for the moment.
Thank
And
you.
I'm just.
And it came out okay with my slow internet. It's okay.
It was
Yes.
spectacular.
Okay, good. Oh,
Spectacular. And
think,
wow.
Thank you. And I think I want to sign off so that Andre can get on and other people that are waiting. If that's okay with you guys, I'm just going to be in the audience listening. But I feel
well, you can listen. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And, you know, we're going to be doing this every week.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It's so nice to see my friends on a screen. I'm just so happy. And Joseph, I didn't know you were from Zambia, but I'm really glad you're here. Yeah. So I'll post that about the FCC hearing because it's important for everybody to just write something if they can.
Yeah, and I just tweeted a link to a story in Quartz that's exactly on the point you made. So
good, good.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you, Joseph. Say it again. Okay. I'm going to sign off and let somebody else be on. Nice to see you guys.
Great. Big hug, Karen.
Mwah.
Bye, Karen. You sounded great.
Wow, that was really something.
Beautiful.
And here's David Ross back too.
David.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful song, Karen.
Oh my God! I mean, how apt was that song?
Yeah, it's great. It's really great.
There might be. I might sing one, but I don't want to. Let's see here. What's it gonna sing?
Please do, Auntie. Please do.
I'm gonna sing A Very Fine Line because everything in our lives right now has that aspect to it. Let's see here. Keep these from falling out of my ears. I might stand up. Try this. Can you hear okay? Can you hear my voice okay? Is the guitar?
Great. You sound great.
It's a very fine line between winning and losing. A very fine line between living and dying. Very fine line between loving and leaving. Most of your life is spent walking a very fine line. Well, 5 out of 6 louder numbers won't win you a dime. That driver ahead is a nut, you may soon be flying. The girls at the door say right things at the wrong time. Most of your life is spent, whoops, get some background noise there. Yeah, thank you. But 5 out of 6 louder numbers won't win you a dime. If that driver ahead is a nut, you may soon be flying. The girls out the door say right things at the wrong time. Most of your life is spent walking a very fine line. It's a very fine line that you got to walk. You gotta watch every word when you make small talk. You gotta watch every step or you'll find yourself crazy and crying. Crying. Most of your life is spent walking a very fine line. A very fine line. Life's a very fine line. It's a very fine line between loony and sane. A very fine line between a loss and a gain. A very fine line between pleasure and pain. Most of your life is spent walking that very fine line. The people you think are a genius are this far from bent. President blows an election by 0.5%. We all know love hurts, but we try it again and again. We know the line between love and despair is so thin. It's a very fine line that you got to walk. Gotta watch everything, make small talk. Gotta watch every step, or you'll find yourself crazy and crying. crying. Most of your life is spent walking a very fine line. It's a very fine line that you got to walk. Gotta watch every word when you make small talk. Gotta watch every step or you'll find yourself crazy and crying. Most of your life is spent walking a very fine line. A very fine line. Life's a very fine line. Life's a very fine line. Life's a very fine line. There you go.
That was good, Andy. That was great.
Thank you, Joseph. Then you could play that down there anytime.
Yeah,
Kennedy Pupe. Is Kennedy a brother or a relative of yours?
Yeah, my elder brother. He's my elder brother. Kennedy taught me how to play guitar, actually, and he's been a strong pillar.
My brother and I learned guitar at the same time. At age 17, we began playing my mom's guitar. And I play it upside down. You might have seen I play left-handed, but my brother plays it the regular way. So maybe again, David Burns, before
play guitar, nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna get one more from David Burns before he goes to relax and his aching body.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm aching. This is a terrible time to come down with rheumatoid arthritis because the doctors say that they can't give me the medications because the medications suppress your immune system, which is not what she wants to do right now. So it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So here's a song that was written by, I guess Lori Wyatt must have written it.
Whoops.
When I think of the way.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I heard the word shit. Something going wrong? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll sing.
Yes. We hear you.
When I, wow, that's a low key. Try this.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
When I think of the ways that I've grown, I couldn't have done it alone. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I know. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I know. Well, here we are all in one place or multiple places all gathered together. And we've helped each other down this road, whatever the weather. And we have no need for pots of gold, for friends are a treasure. With old friends, we can sing it again. Oh, when I think of the ways that I've grown, I couldn't have done it alone. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. Many years ago when I was feeling discouraged, I found that singing with my friends would fill me with courage. It's a rough and rocky road we're on, but when we get worried with old friends, we can sing it again. When I think of the ways that I've grown, I couldn't have done it alone. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. Well, it looks like we might sing all night, but looks are deceiving. That clock up on the wall says soon we've got to be leaving. And though we go our separate ways, there's no need for grieving. With old friends and new friends, we're all friends, and we can sing it again. Oh, when I think of the ways that I've grown, you know I couldn't have done it alone. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. I owe a lot to the sharing, caring, daring, wonderful friends that I've known. Thanks, guys.
Yay.
That was beautiful, David.
Woo! Woo!
Oops, sorry. I was off the screen. David runs a wonderful store in Beacon, New York. When this tsunami, this viral tsunami has passed, and it will, and we'll build a better system for public health, and we'll build a better system for equity and for resilience, his store will open up again. David and his son Jacob run Jacob's Main Street Music in Beacon, New York, and it's not only selling music, but it's selling it's giving connectedness. Every week they have a song circle. It's like this one. Say again, Joseph.
Seems like he's having trouble connecting.
Can you not hear me? Oh, can you hear me?
Andy, are you there?
You can't hear me?
Yes, well, I can. I don't know. If
I was just I see.
Yeah.
What you were.
So Joseph, can you share another song?
Oops.
Yeah, it's a little slow right now.
That's a long way to go where he is. I mean, that's
those electrons and
those, across the
fiber
ocean
optics there. Let's see.
Where's
Joseph,
Joseph?
could you? He's in Lusaka, Zambia.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Just
Well,
a little
nice
bit.
to from far away. I'm gonna sign off. Joseph, if you ever come to the United States, stop by Main Street Music, okay?
So
I'm right here.
Maybe okay. Maybe Joseph can sing a song now. We'll try.
Yeah. Thanks. All the best.
It's a little slow. Maybe maybe we'll wait to see if the internet gets better. Sometimes it gets. Joseph,
you have
can
to
you
think good thoughts for the internet?
Right, come on, electrons, come on, photons. Wow, we have a message for Joseph from China.
Oh.
Or maybe I think, let's see, because Joseph spent time in China. Well, maybe it's frozen now. Let's see if he can log off and come back on.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
I can
Joseph,
hear him.
can you hear us? Well, let's see. Maybe I think that's him playing, though. Let's see. We'll take a pause here. Everybody just take a breath. Take a breath, man. Joseph, can you hear us? I don't know. David,
sort of frozen.
Are you unmuted?
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Let me try one quick song.
Maybe you try a short song, and I'm looking to see if we have any. We don't have any requests coming in yet.
We, one of the things in the Breakneck Ridge Revue is that anytime we get together, we always sing one Guy Clark song. It's sort of one of our rules, and so I'm gonna do stuff that works.
Fantastic, perfect, man.
I I got an old blue shirt and it suits me just fine. I like the way it feels, so I wear it all the time. I got an old guitar that won't ever stay in tune. I like the way it sounds in a dark and empty room. I got an old pair of boots, they fit just right. I can work all day, I can dance all night. I got an old used car that runs just like a top. I get a feeling it ain't ever gonna stop. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. That's the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. I got a pretty good friend who's seen me at my worst. He can't tell if I'm a blessing or a curse, but he always shows up when the chips are down. That's the kind of stuff I like to be around. Yeah, stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. That's the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. I got a woman I love, she's crazy, paints like God. She got a playground sense of justice, she won't take odds. I got a tattoo with her name right through my soul. Yeah, I think everything she touches turns to gold. Yeah, stuff that works, yeah, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. That's the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Yeah, stuff that's real, stuff you feel. That's the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Yes, that's the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Yes, that's the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall.
Oh man,
David,
I wish we could.
Thank
that
you.
was good.
I wish we could all sing along. It's just so hard to not harmonize. I was
watching everybody singing, and I saw the latency. You could see the latency. It's like almost a second. It's disturbing. We've got to find a way around that, Andy.
Well, if we all end up with like 6G. So we have a great new addition to our circle here, Donna and Rick Nestler.
Oh, that's so great. Hey, Donna and Rick.
Good morning.
And by the way, Claudia Gibson is still here. She's just, I can only put 6 people on the screen at once. So
move, Rick.
So she'll come back in a few minutes from Wimberley, Texas. And we'll keep cycling people in. I think we're going to hear from Andre Codrescu again, who's a wonderful poet and humorist. He can do everything. He's probably going to come join us as well as maybe a couple of others. I just heard, by the way, that Hamilton de Holanda, one of the world's great mandolin players down in Rio, he can't be on this one, but he's coming next Sunday. So
Oh, great.
this is going to build and become just a beautiful weekly take a breath moment. Rick and Donna, so how's life out by you? Can you describe where you are in the world for the people who have not met you and played with you like we have for 20, 30 years? And what's your situation these days? And then give us a tune.
Oh, Rick, go get your guitar. I'll do talking while he goes good. We're in Monticello, New York, which is in the foothills of the Catskill. We're in the Delaware watershed. So far, things are pretty calm. People are social distancing. We definitely, there's no deer outside right now, even in our back.
Deer distancing.
You know, the swamp. Yeah, we have a few red-winged blackbirds. That's about it in the back.
Oh, you're back. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were in Australia just when they were evacuating people from China and putting them on Easter Island for quarantine. Then we got into California. Then we were in Arizona just as everything started to break, and now we're home.
Wow.
So,
well, welcome home.
Thank you. Well, while Rick is getting tuned up, Karen, why are you upside down? You don't know either. Okay. You look like you're from Australia now.
I'm right side up here. I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe somebody else do a tune while Rick tunes up rather than sitting here and listening to me yap.
Well, where's your ukulele?
Oh, well, I've been practicing my concertina more.
Even better.
So I'll go get them.
Yeah.
If you want to cycle somebody in, or
no, you can stay on screen. We'll chat amongst ourselves. There's lots going on, lots to think about.
Quietly amongst yourselves, so we go.
Maybe Joseph, how's your connection? Is it okay right now?
It's all right. It's all right. I don't know what's happening, but
it's okay.
It's
all right. Internet. So can you? While Donna's going to go get her ukulele, and maybe you can sing one. So Joseph, can you sing another song right now? That would be awesome.
Oh yes. Oh, definitely. Are you guys able to hear my play?
Yep.
Are you able to hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's we call this like Join the Fire, like a song. Join the fire of defeating COVID-19. So enjoy it. Seasons and times of change. The world is so young. The path is clear for you and me, striving towards our dreams. Join the fire like a soul. Build a bridge into the future. Join the fire like a soul. Build a bridge into the future. We go strong together, reaching new heights. Our stories will forever live with the sound so loud. Join the fire like a soul. Build a bridge into the future. Saigu pangen changishaga. Yechichu kwaye shimfura. Saigu pangen changishaga. Yechichu kwaye shimfura. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, aye, aye. Oh, aye, aye. Oh, aye, aye. far like a soul. Beauty bridge into the fire. Thank you, walking sugar. Yeah. Beauty bridge into the future. Yeah, so join the fire, join the movement. We are all in this together. This shout again. Yeah, so.
That's wonderful, man.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I just tweeted it. I hope you have, when you're not singing, you can use your computer or your phone to pass this to others to expand the circle of people coming in from around the world. I don't know if we have the UK here. A few minutes ago, someone here's from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
From all over the world. It's kind of exciting to think. This is the upside of the moment. It's a terrible moment in so many ways, but we can find ways to connect that I think we won't go back from. And that's the key for me. So Rick and Donna, I think maybe you might have some, you're all together there with your instruments now. And let me make your screen bigger and maybe you could share a song.
Sure enough. We rehearsed it. Well, once upon a time. Yeah, feel free to sing along at home.
Got a cast iron keel and planks of a mast of yellow pine. Big cockpit for 10 or more folks, and she treats us all just fine. So raise the main and back the jib. Let's head out to Nuremberg Bay. The sloop Woody Guthrie is a fine little boat. We're all set to sail away. We're headed down the river today, setting sail to make it to Cold Spring. With the wind on the nose, we'll be tacking all the way till we get across from Old Storm King. So raise the main and back the jib. Let's head out to Newburgh Bay. The sloop Woody Guthrie is a fine little boat. We're all set to sail away. You can't sail upwind going straight ahead, but you can sail off at an angle to and fro. You can use what opposes you to gain your goal instead. That's the secret every sailor does know. So raise the main and back the jib. Let's head out to Newburgh Bay. The sloop Woody Guthrie is a fine little boat. We're all set to sail away. Sometimes the wind's against you and sometimes it is your friend. Sometimes the wind just fails. Remember, you can't change the wind in the end, but you can always adjust the sail. So raise the main and back the jib. Let's head out to Newburgh Bay. The sloop Woody Guthrie is a fine little boat. We're all set to sail away. Yes, raise the main and back the jib. Let's head out to Newburgh Bay. The sloop Woody Guthrie is a fine little boat. We're all set to sail.
Oh man, I could feel my blood pressure lowering with every beat. That was just
We've
fantastic.
adjusted our sails.
Yeah, we all have to adjust our sails right now. The
The
wind's
conversation
blowing.
sounds great, Donna.
Yeah,
It's
awesome.
a Rick song.
Yeah, is that a new? I don't recall hearing that.
Yeah, that's on the latest Rick's CD.
The
Plural.
Ricks, right? Plural Ricks.
Yeah,
It's really good.
thanks.
Really good.
Polari has a radio show on today at 4, I think, on WTB something. I'll put it up on Facebook if you guys want to
That's
listen.
right. So, hey Patrick, could you unmute and maybe offer a tune?
Sure, I'm getting low on battery, so I'm probably going to have to sign off.
Okay.
But yeah, I was thinking about what I could play.
All the more reason for you to jump in one more time.
Yeah, I'm open for suggestions, but I was thinking of this because I'm sitting here looking at David, and there was a tune that we were going through over at his studio. That was written by John Lennon, and it'll be a quick one. And I wish David could be here. Maybe we could double team next week or something. But it kind of goes like this: people say we got it made. Don't they know we're so afraid? Isolation. We're afraid to be alone. Everybody got to have a home. Isolation. The world is just a little town. Everybody trying to put us down. Isolation. Just a boy and a little girl trying to change the whole wide world. Isolation. I don't expect you to understand after you've caused so much pain. But then again, you're not to blame. You're just a human, a victim of the insane. We're afraid of everyone, afraid of the sun. Isolation. The sun will never disappear, but the world may not have many years. Isolation.
Bravo,
That's great.
That's
Sounds
fantastic.
great.
Patrick Jones, man.
That was so wonderful, Pachi.
Well,
Wow.
you know, David and I were singing that, and I go over to David's house, and he goes, "Oh, you know that one? Oh, yeah, that's great." And how did we know it was so apropos now? Wow.
Wow.
But it's a positive song. It's a wake up, as John Lennon always wanted us to do, is wake up. You know,
Yeah.
be who you are.
Yeah.
You know?
True. True.
Great.
So
Well,
thanks,
Patrick,
David.
thank you
Yeah.
very much for being part of this and to save the rest of your battery for more urgent matters.
Go plug in.
Yeah.
I love you all. I love you all. I miss everybody, and thank you for doing this. I feel it's really.
Oh, we love you too. We love you too, Patrick. We love you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
So good to see you, Patrick.
Join in next week, Patrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next week.
And share this too.
Yes,
We're going
I
on
will.
we have another 40 minutes or so. So
So yeah.
everyone listening should share this with others
If
too.
I sign out, I can still go on Facebook and listen
Yeah,
to
it's
it?
broadcasting live. Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
Nice, bro.
so, all right. I'll go charge up and put it on. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Great.
God bless you all.
Bye.
So and I'm going to cycle Claudia Gibson back in as well when Patrick.
And take me out, okay?
You okay? If you want, okay.
Because
There's room for you still right now, Karen. If you don't have to, can you, Karen? Actually, before we go to Claudia,
yeah,
I'm going to add her back in. But could you describe life in rural Massachusetts? Like, what? Tell us how many sheep you have and how you fit this all into your life, and maybe remind people about that. The fact that so many people are not on the grid.
Right. There's lots of land here and very few people, which makes it a completely different environment as far as social distancing. We have built-in social distancing. I have 16 pregnant mothers, lost one last week, and they're due starting the coming week. So everything will be a little interesting on the farm. And neighbors are really taking care of each other, which is great. But we don't, like Andy said before, we don't have a lot of communication. We don't have cell phones up here. Texting is out. It's just the phone pretty much, and no television either, because there's no signal. It's a very different world as far as trying to figure out what's going on.
You mean people have to adjust their antenna like I did as a kid to get the Red Sox game?
No, the antennas don't even pick up a signal. You either have to have a satellite on your house, which is very expensive, or have internet, which some people have, most people don't. So it is a different world, but we can appreciate the fact that we can grow food. And I said that last week, that growing food is going to be critical now, I think. And so the push in our town is for people to grow more than they need so that they can share with others. So that is the news from Heath.
The news from Heath. I like that. So now back to the news from Wimberley. And again, Claudia, besides being a wonderful songwriter and performer, is a librarian at the high school there, as we learned a week ago. That, again, schools have all kinds of challenges going forward too. But Claudia, do you have a thought or a song that's come to mind after what we've been going over so far?
I do. I have a song I've been playing a bit lately. It's not one of my songs. I don't know if I played it last week or not, but it's a Nick Lowe song. And yeah, and I just wanted to shout out, there's people, I had also put up a watch party on Facebook, and there's some people watching. So thanks all of you.
You can share a screen, by the way, I'm pretty sure, but we could do that another time.
Yeah. I know Alita Wolf just said, hi, Andy. And it's nice to hear from her. Anyway, this is Peace, Love, and Understanding. As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? But each time I feel like this inside, there's There's one thing I want to know. What's so funny about peace, love, understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. Where are the strong? And who are the trusted? Where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slip away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? And who are the trusted? Where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Whoa, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
Wow. So I got to say a little musician thing here. I love this accord that you put in there that I don't think I recall in the original version. That's really nice.
Yeah, the flat 7.
Is that okay? There you go. For all those musicians out there.
It's in a few different versions, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that is such a great song. Oh my God. You know, I still, Karen there, I just popped her thanks again. Karen's choice of song From a Distance is, still have chills from 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. That was just so brilliant. As is this one. Let's see, Donna and Rick, we go so far back. What comes to mind for you now, thinking about another tune to share here? If you're new to our circle, this is the second week of this. I think we're going to just keep building.
I was actually thinking, how could we add people? Because we have some friends in California who their town just had a major outbreak, and
well, send them. You mean for right now today?
Well, in the future even.
Well, you just give me their info. There's a link I could send you right now if they could pop on to this particular program. That same link that you clicked on.
Okay,
is live for anybody.
I'll send it to them during the week, so for next week.
But for next week, it will be a new link, so it's
okay.
not always.
And I won't send them this one.
Okay, but tell them to make sure they know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a wonderful household. There's Dan and Cindy, who are members of Clearwater, even though they live in California.
That's been known to happen.
And then they have a younger couple staying at their house while they're building their tiny house. And they're all musicians. They all get up in the morning and play music all throughout the day, and starting a garden. And they're really great people, and this would be a wonderful way to have some of my favorite people all get together.
I can't imagine. I totally agree. We can keep this, build it. I have friends in India. I got to find musicians over there. Southeast Asia, a friend from the Philippines. I tried to get him on today. California is easy.
We'll grab our Australia buds too.
Yeah, of course, Aussies, man, absolutely. There's Jim Bentley. I've just put his comment on the screen. He's a teacher and a teacher of teachers out in California. I think Santa Clara. And Jim, you're just a force for nature, and how you help to foster capacity of teachers to do geoliteracy, to incorporate sustainability concepts into their teaching. I'm a big fan of your work, just as I am of my wife, Lisa McKaylee, who does similar work here on the East Coast. So,
where is Lisa?
She's, I think, reading in the other room.
Social distancing.
Yeah, right. I'll get her on someday.
Okay.
So anyway, so let's go back to a song from you guys would be great. And David, by the way, briefly, but one quick thing, David, could you make sure Andre knows he could come on if he'd like to? And then go for it, Donna and Rick Nestler from the Catskills.
Oh yeah, we just spent 3 months on tour. Now we can't think of a thing to play. Oh, let's play the Phillips one that I like to sing harmony to. Uh-oh, he doesn't remember.
Key trap. Oh, what key are we doing here?
I thought we were doing Gas Station Women.
Oh.
It always helps to play the same song.
It helps to give a name. Thank you.
Well, it took me a while.
Let's do.
No, never mind. We'll rehearse for next time.
I had no idea that we were even going to be playing here.
He did not read your message that I forwarded to him.
I haven't been online all day.
Last night.
Or last night.
It's the Nestlers.
Got it.
Traveled over his green growing land.
Okay.
New York Island to the Pacific sand. Saw everybody that needed to be seen, and he planted all the grass where it needed to be green.
And now he's bound for glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. Go ahead, you sing your verses.
He sang in our streets and he sang in our halls. He was always there when the union made a call. Did every job that needed to be done, and he counted all the people, he counted us as one.
And now he's bound for glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. Da, 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 da. I got the verse.
Good.
Pastures of plenty, wrote the Dust Bowl balladeer. This land is your land, he wanted us to hear. The rising of the unions will be sung about again, and the deportees live on through the power of his pen. And now he's bound for glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. That's first.
Take a break, everybody.
Now he's bound for glory all his own. And now he's bound for glory. Something like that. Yeah, since we
like it.
Since we left
It's
Eric
folk
and I,
music.
we just beat feet home, and we've been dealing with just taking care of home things. So haven't really played together.
Wow. Well, this is it's what you just said about being on tour for several months, and now you're looking at a year, or certainly a month or two of very limited, restricted possibilities. Musicians, performing arts, are facing a big challenge, just in terms of, like so many teachers now, in a different way, in how to connect with audiences. When you're used to playing in a club and having people right there spilling beer on your guitar, and here you are.
Alcohol abuse.
So I just a week ago on the show, I did a wonderful session with a comedian, a storyteller, Jonathan Kruk, who I think you know, and Irene O'Garden, a wonderful poet from our region, and they were all reinventing how they connect, and as we all are. And I think there's downsides and upsides to the situation. The downsides are the peril that is faced particularly by public health care workers right now. I want to put out a call to them, just a big group hug for the caregivers and the providers in your life right now, wherever you are in the world. The people restocking grocery shelves, the people maintaining the production in the farms, the people maintaining the production in plants that manufacture and package the foods that for those of us who can't grow our own, the first responders. We're surrounded by heroes right now. One of the unique aspects of this moment, this crisis, this viral crisis, is that it's pervasive. There's no front. People aren't going to the front to fight it. It's everywhere. And so every community will have heroes. And I won't focus on the villains. There are some people who've been resistant and careless, and all we can hope is that we swamp them with connectedness around the positive sides of this moment we're in. David Ross, maybe you have another short tune that you're thinking of.
Well, I was thinking of a song that we sang last week that just was so appropriate, and that is "Hard Times," Stephen Foster song.
Oh yeah, right.
And it's one that I think everybody who's listening at home can sing. We may not all be able to sing in harmony and in time using this, but when you're at home watching this, you can harmonize, especially in the songs that you know. And I think everybody knows this song, so I'm going to sing it. Let us pause in life's pleasure and count its many tears, while we all sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music of light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard time, come again no more. 'Tis a song, the sigh of the wind. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a pale sorrow maiden who toils her life away. With a worn heart, bitter days are o'er. Though her voice would be merry, 'tis sighing all day. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times will come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a sign that is wafted across the troubled wave. 'Tis It's a wail that is heard upon the shore. 'Tis a dirge that is murmured around the grave. Oh, hard time, come again no more. 'Tis a song, the sigh of the wind. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard time, come again no more. Oh, hard time, come again no more. Oh, hard time, come again no more.
Beautiful.
Someday that song will be gone.
I was thinking of one I might try to, a quick one I might try to fit in.
Hey, Andy.
Let's see
just
here.
when you're playing, just go back a little bit because your mic is really hot, and when you lean in to play, it's kind of overloading.
Okay. I will. Thank you very much. I need those technical.
Hot.
Yeah. Hot. If somehow we could pack up your sorrow, what key should I do this in? Yeah, this is Mimi and Richard Farina's song that comes to mind as well right now. I'll try to play it in a way that the guitar doesn't overwhelm the voice. Can you hear me okay? Is that...
Yes.
It's still pretty hot, but yeah, we can hear you fine.
It is still hot?
Yeah, it's still hot.
How about if I just get back? Is that okay?
Yeah, we should be fine.
So you can hear it okay?
Maybe just turn down your mic and put a slight...
Oh, yeah, let me do that. Oh, yeah, I see it's overloading. All right. How's that?
And then you can move in a little on it.
And how's that right now?
That's perfect. Yeah, right about there. Yeah.
Well, if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use crying, talking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many bad times, too many sad times, nobody knows what you mean. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use rambling, walking in the shadows, trailing a wandering star. No one beside you, no one to hide you, and nobody knows where you are. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. And if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me.
Oh.
Thank you, Joseph. It's such a great song.
That was beautiful. Yeah.
I do love that song. By the way, there's a request. The first request came in. This little light of mine. Donna, do you know?
When you need her.
I feel like I'm back at Unitarian service.
Do you guys know that? Does anyone know that? Like right off the.
I was, sort of remember it.
Okay.
Wait, so let's see. Who knows it best?
I don't. Not me.
Donna?
Oh, no. Rick might. Where's Mary Poppins when you need her?
I know. We're missing a couple of people. You know, actually, I should get Mary Poppins on here. That'd be fun. Just visually, it would be amazing.
Lights
For those who don't know, Mary Poppins plays spoons, and she wears like hats with lights in them, and she's an amazing character.
Wow.
He's a good person.
Well, this little night of mine, gosh, David, actually, should get David Burns back on. He would know.
Yeah, he knows everything.
Jim, we're going to hold, we'll see. We have a few more minutes, depending on who shows up. We might get to that one.
Andre is trying to log in.
Send him that. Maybe
I send him the link.
There, I think he's coming. I think. Oh, that's Karen. Oh, wait, Karen's coming back on.
Ooh, okay.
So, Karen, do you? Yay! Okay.
Karen pops in and out like a genie. She just pops in and out.
I heard you say it, but I wanted to say that the sound as an audience is very different from what we hear when we're actually on stage. So,
in a good or bad way.
Andy was too soft on that last song, and his guitar was just barely there. But it's good to know, right?
But what's the overall sound like, Karen?
Mine, but it's kind of like, well, we can't sing it together.
No, so you're just going to have to,
Is that good?
Yeah, but I have a question for you in terms of the sound, Karen.
Gone.
Wait, can you hear me? Karen?
I'm not sure that. Am I still here or not? I can't tell.
Yes, you're here.
Oh, okay. There was just nothing there. Okay, I'm going to grab my guitar.
That's funny. Yep.
Okay. Here she is.
Joseph's popped back on too.
Popping
back
the guitar.
So, Karen, though, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes, I wish David Burns was here singing this instead of me because he's way the man.
Karen.
Well, you're the woman.
Yeah.
What?
You're the woman. He can be the man. You'll be the woman. Go for it.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world. I'm gonna let it shine all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Ain't gonna let this virus kick it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't gonna let this virus kick it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't gonna let this virus kick it out. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I wish you could sing with me. It's impossible, right? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
It's so great. It's I don't know about the others here, Joseph and everybody. It is so hard not to freaking harmonize. Like that's why I was playing my mandolin without the mic.
Definitely.
Oh man,
it'll end up sounding like that 20th century new music I had to study at New Paltz. It'll be very experimental.
Yeah, I just saw Dean Friedman.
I saw Dean pop up there.
Yeah, marvelous songwriter and a performer himself. I'm hoping maybe
please pull me out whenever.
I sent him the link. Maybe. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, here's the deal. Jim Bentley has mentioned, of course, that the audience can harmonize to all these songs.
That's right.
So that is a great thing to keep in mind.
What I've been doing, I've been muting our mic and then singing along.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So all of you out there, you know, you can spread the joy in your living room or bedroom, wherever you are, making dinner or lunch or breakfast, depending on your time zone. And because of time zones, Joseph, what time?
Yeah.
What time is it there? Maybe one more song from you. And it's been wonderful to have you part of this. And I'm hoping maybe next week,
it's
you
been-
know, you could think
Of
of
course,
another.
anytime.
If you could think of another musician or two in your circle, not just in Zambia, but other people who might
Right.
want to join next Sunday at the same time, that would be really fantastic.
I'll be happy to do that, and it's been an honor, and I'm happy to do this next week and the other. And so I'm gonna leave you. It's about close to 6:30 p.m. Here. I'm gonna do my last piece called Champions. We are champions, and we
Oops.
Oh,
believe in who we are. We believe that together
it's a little right now. There's a lot of lag. It's a little slow, but let's see if we can do it.
storm will come. I will take the chances. I won't fall down. I will stay. I will not give up. I will leave my I am a champion. I am a champion. Oh, I believe in myself. Oh, I believe in myself. Sun will rise. I will rise up and shine. The moon and the stars will look again. Champions can give up. Oh, champion queen. Oh, I am a champion. Oh, you are a champion. Together we are champions, and we are going to be through this.
That's fantastic. It got a little bit frozen at the end, Joseph. You know what would be great?
Is it?
Just a little at the very end. Maybe if you record, if you can record a video of that and send it to me or post it on YouTube, then I can circulate it too, just to be sure people see a really great version of it. That's a wonderful song.
I'll be happy to do that, and thanks for that.
Yeah, well, we should. You know what? I have to create a way to have a kind of a gallery where we can have videos of these tunes from each of you or links that can give people, a high fidelity version of the songs that we're trying to do our best to share in this way. Joseph, it was great to have you on the show. and we're almost at the end here.
Thank you, everybody. You guys have been amazing, and thanks to everyone who tuned in. And we hope to have you guys on next Sunday. And yeah, let's have some fun together.
Absolutely. Spread the. These all live on as an archived recording, also, so that can be spread around. But I think the key thing here is the live interactivity, so that having more people spend this moment together. And I love realizing that the harmony can be out in the world. Not even if we can't harmonize each other, we can do it that way.
Right.
So thank you. And maybe one more song. Let's see. I wish we could do one together.
I know. I was thinking it would be so great to do This Land Is Your Land. And,
Yeah. Well, Claudia, could you do that song?
I could do that song. I love that song. I love especially the lyrics that most people don't sing on it.
The one about the sign having nothing written on the back?
Yeah.
And we only have Joseph's image up right now.
What?
We only have Joseph's image up right now. It's not shared.
Yeah.
I see it. Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, let me.
There we go.
Sorry about that. Sorry, David.
Andre says he's waiting backstage.
His little video hasn't popped up. I wonder if he has an old link. He might have the link to last week's show.
Oh,
so make sure, send him the one here. I'll put it. That's what I think. He's probably got the link to last week's show. David.
I probably the wrong link.
It would be in the last email, or I could text it. I'll message it to you right now. Hold on. Claudia, you can go.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, this is a Woody Guthrie tune. I played at Woody Fest, not this past summer, but the summer before. And it's his legacy is amazing, because when you think about, he was just commenting on everything that was going on, and he just traveled and wrote, and I would think of what he'd be writing now. And anyway, this song I learned it when I was a little kid, but we didn't learn the dangerous verses. As I was walking the ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me a golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of your diamond desert. And all around me, a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. Oh, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifted, a voice was chanting that this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. Oh, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said, no trespassing. But on the other side, oh, it didn't say nothing. Yeah, that side was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. Oh, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. In the shadow of a steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I see my people. They stand there hungry, and I stand there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking on the Freedom Highway. Nobody living can ever make us turn back, 'cause this land was made for you and me. So sing along at home. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land is made for you and me. This land is made for you and me. This land is made for you and me.
People out.
Wow, that is such a perfect way.
My favorite version of the song, Claudia.
Oh, thank
Claudia,
you.
spectacular.
On a record somewhere?
No.
We should record it.
But yeah, maybe I'll record it and put it out, because now's the time that people are just recording stuff and putting it out on YouTube and whatever. So.
Yeah.
One of the best
Well, you just did actually. That was, and actually it came through beautifully. It sounded incredible, and it's now archived and recorded.
Now archived, and even the part where I choked, and
it was great. So, gang, we are at 12:30, and it's been a 2-hour session. Rick and Donna, if you can come again next Sunday. I sent a note to Joe Kaminsky. I sent notes to others. We can get a bigger, gallery. There is that constraint. Only six people can be in this video chat at any one time. And I am going to fit in some more international folks going forward. It was wonderful to have Zambia, Joseph Pupe from Zambia in the room today.
Wonderful,
and Hamilton de Hollanda, I think, will be with us next Sunday. He's one of the world's great mandolin virtuosos down in Rio, who plays everything from bluegrass to bossa nova.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm trying to get some other people in here. Thank you all for listening out there. Again, David Ross, Donna and Rick Nestler and the Catskills, Claudia Gibson down in Wimberley, Texas, east of Austin. We had David Burns from Beacon, and Patrick Sky. I knew Patrick Sky from decades ago. Patrick Jones from Beacon. On Tuesday, I'm going to be doing tomorrow I'll be back doing these on more, on the serious end of this, the policy side. Tuesday, Herman Daly, the father of ecological economics, will be on with me, with Kate Robworth, who's a British economist who's come up with a new model for circle economy, will be with me on Tuesday. Wednesday, doing a session with Laurie Garrett, the most experienced journalist on the pandemic beat. She's been giving her soul and heart and brain to this issue since before AIDS became a pandemic.
What time is that on Thursday?
That will be 12 to 2.
Okay.
And that's going to be focused for journalism students and journalists around the world who come in to learn from her about how to do effective journalism and keep at it. This is not a one-day story. This is not a one-week story. This is not a one-year story. the story we're facing is the story of the Anthropocene. It's an emerging global connectivity for information, for viruses, for greenhouse gases that the world is new to the world. And we have to figure out in a hurry ways to build capacity for resilience and for empathy and connectedness. Or we could go into division, polarization, and paralysis. It's choices for everybody listening and everybody on the planet right now. And then on Friday, I'll do another session with Jay Rosen, a new NYU professor who's been of journalism, who's been trying to get the Washington press corps to handle this issue differently than just saying Trump says and it's wrong, Trump says and it's wrong, Trump says and it's wrong. Right. That model of journalism is not working either. So, and then next Sunday we'll be back here doing music and connectivity through song and poetry. Andrei Codrescu, great poet and commentator for NPR, had been planning to join us, but we had a technical problem, and there'll be many more. And my goal is to foster connectivity as much as I can, to use my skills to a little bit better every week to try to get us moving forward through sharing and shaping ideas, and in this case, songs. Thanks for listening. This is all brought to you.
Andy, for hosting.
And I should say, this is only happening because I'm at the Columbia University Earth Institute, where the director wisely said, hey, we need to work on something related to communication, innovation, and impact. And Alex Halliday brought me in last summer to build a center on communication and sustainability. And this is basically supported by that effort. And so thank you, Alex Halliday. Thank you, Earth Institute. Thank you, President Bollinger, for understanding that we need to do this. And be safe, everybody. And again, give a hug, virtual or otherwise, to the caregivers and providers around you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Great.
Thanks for
All
doing
right.
it, Andy.
Good day.
Bye, everyone.